The man carefully stood his half-finished cigarette upright on the floor. Just as he turned around to keep mopping, the cigarette started shaking strangely and suddenly tipped over. Right after that, he felt the ground rumbling beneath him, followed by loud, heavy footsteps shaking the entire building. He quickly stood up and turned off the music playing, trying to listen closely. A sudden deafening roar shattered the windows instantly. They rushed to the window to look outside. The cars and public facilities on the street looked like they had been smashed by something huge. Everything was badly damaged. Even though they couldn't see what it was, they could clearly feel that some kind of creature had just raced through the street. A little later, at a nearby construction site, workers heard a strange roar. Curious, they walked over to check it out, only to see all the warning signs on the road being knocked down by some invisible force. It came charging straight at them, hitting and killing a worker on the spot. After that, it continued to run wildly into the distance. As dawn approached, a truck driver suddenly saw an elephant appear in the thick fog ahead. The elephant showed no intention of moving aside and walked straight toward him. The driver slammed on the brakes, managing to stop the truck just in time, right next to the elephant. But the elephant quickly ran around the truck and kept charging down the highway, like someone racing to the store to grab the last carton of eggs. In less than half an hour, the elephant finally collapsed from exhaustion and died right there on the road. But what made the whole thing even weirder was what happened next. When the mystery-solving duo arrived at the scene, their investigation showed that all the evidence pointed to that very elephant. There were elephant footprints on the damaged cars, and tons of witnesses said they heard loud footsteps and roars. Some even swore they smelled an animal nearby. But not a single person had actually seen the elephant. Could this elephant turn invisible? And why did it suddenly appear again, only to run itself to death? At this point, the zookeeper arrived to assist with the investigation. He explained that the elephant's cage had been locked the whole time and showed no signs of being broken into. He had no clue how the elephant could have escaped. The two investigators then went to the zoo to ask the director some questions. Sure enough, just like the zookeeper said, there was no damage to the cage, and the lock had never been opened. Even stranger, the cage was super small, and there was a chain inside that was normally used to keep one of the elephant's legs locked up. Under such tight security, it seemed impossible for the elephant to escape on its own. If someone really had let it out, the only likely suspects were members of a wildlife freedom group. They believed animals should live in the wild, not be locked up in zoos for people to stare at. But when they tracked down the group to find out more, they heard something even crazier. The group's leader pulled out a video recording.